In less than 20 minutes, Juice WRLD recorded a song that would define his career. What started as a freestyle over a beat made by a 16-year-old sampling Sting turned into one of the biggest rap songs of the 2010s. And this is the unbelievable story of how Lucid Dreams was made. The beat for the song was created by Nick Mira, who was only 16 years old when he made it. He sampled the song Shape of My Heart by Sting.
Know that the spits are the swords of a soldier.
Which, as we all know, later came to bite him and Juice WRLD in the ass because Sting would sue them over the sample. But for Nick, he was just doing what he loved, which was watching movies and listening to their soundtracks and finding songs to sample in his own music.
When I was making the song, actually the original sample, Sting, Shape of My Heart, I was watching a movie, The Professional, Leon the Professional. It was an outro song, I heard it. I thought it was crazy, I had to flip it into my own beat. That's when I heard it.
Nick met Juice WRLD when Juice only had 300 followers on SoundCloud. They met through a mutual friend and producer named DT.
I met Juice by my homeboy DT, aka Side Piece, around say like 2 years ago. He was on Twitter, he met him. He's like, yo, I found this kid, he's from Chicago. He's got like 300 SoundCloud followers, he sounds dope, we should start working with him. Ever since then, we just been sending him stuff, and he's just been knocking out hits.
At this point, Nick would send Juice WRLD a bunch of beats. And when it came to Lucid Dreams, it took Juice WRLD less than 20 minutes to record the song.
Whatever I have, if I have something written, I just take it in and lay it down. It didn't take long to record it at all either. Probably took about 20 minutes, maybe less than that.
One of the craziest things about Juice WRLD is that he doesn't write most of his songs. He actually freestyles them.
You know, most of the songs I have out, I didn't actually write, like I freestyled it. It was like improvised in the studio. So when it comes to my writing process, I just sit down, listen to the beat, and then come up with ideas and patch them together into, you know, a piece of art.
Which is one of the reasons that some say that Juice WRLD is one of the most talented ever when it comes to the skill of freestyling. And he didn't expect it was going to become the biggest song off the project.
I had no idea that it would be a song that blew up.
Even Nick Mira initially thought the song was just alright, saying that it took him a week to realize how good the song actually was. But boy were they wrong, because Lucid Dreams would become not only Juice WRLD's biggest song, but one of the biggest songs released in the 2010s, period.
After he sent it back, and I was like, this is alright. I was like, cool. And then like after a week passed, I started playing it like crazy. I was like, this is insane. Then we uploaded it, and now it's #1 on SoundCloud.
When Lucid Dreams dropped in 2018, it spread like wildfire. It wasn't just another SoundCloud rap hit. It crossed over to radio, to Billboard charts, and to mainstream playlists. The song peaked at #2 on the Billboard Hot 100, only held back by Maroon 5's Girls Like You.
We spent the daylight trying to make things right between us.
For an underground rapper who had recently blown up on SoundCloud, this was unheard of. And suddenly, Juice WRLD wasn't just a rising artist, he was a superstar. What made Lucid Dreams so special wasn't just its commercial success, but the cultural shift it represented. You see, Juice WRLD's music blurred the lines between rap, rock, and emo. He was vulnerable in a way that many rappers weren't, openly singing about depression, heartbreak, and addiction. For an entire generation of listeners, Lucid Dreams became an anthem. The kind of song you play on repeat when you can't stop thinking about someone who hurt you. It gave fans permission to feel their pain out loud, and it showed the world that emotional honesty could top the charts. In November 2018, Nick Mira revealed that Sting actually owned 85% of the rights to Lucid Dreams, and this was because of his interpolation of Shape of My Heart. Sting's team defended the decision, saying it was simply business. And Juice, he wasn't bitter. He famously said that the song was bigger than just money. In October 2019, members of the defunct pop-punk band Yellowcard filed a $15 million lawsuit against Juice WRLD, claiming that Lucid Dreams copied the melody of their 2006 song, Hollywood Died.
You left me falling and landing inside my grave. Accidents out on the highway to somewhere.
After Juice's tragic death in December 2019, the case was briefly extended into 2020. Yellowcard's lawyers admitted to having incredible mixed emotions, but initially pursued the claim against Juice's estate, represented by his mother. Eventually in 2020, the band dropped the lawsuit, with their attorney making it clear that they were sympathetic to Juice's passing, but technically could refile the case in the future. Despite the lawsuits, Lucid Dreams cemented Juice WRLD's legacy. The track went on to become one of the most streamed hip-hop songs of all time, surpassing 1 billion plays on Spotify, getting over 1.1 billion views on YouTube, and even going certified diamond, a level that only a handful of artists ever reach. And to think, all of this came from 2 kids that were just in high school doing what they loved. And for Nick Mira, the success of Lucid Dreams launched his career too. He would later go on to produce another global hit, Lil Tecca's 2019 smash, Ransom.
I got black, I got white, what you want? Hop outside a ghost and hop up in a fan on.
Juice WRLD's passing gave Lucid Dreams an even deeper resonance. What was once a breakout hit now feels like a haunting time capsule of a young artist pouring out his heart before the world even knew how much more he had to give. Today, Lucid Dreams stands as one of the most iconic songs of the SoundCloud era, a track that didn't just launch Juice WRLD into superstardom, but also shaped the sound of modern music. From the teenage producer who made the beat, and even the trippy Cole Bennett visuals, the story of Lucid Dreams is a reminder that sometimes the most unplanned, raw creations can leave the deepest mark. And even though Juice WRLD is no longer with us, his music, especially this track, continues to speak for an entire generation. One freestyle, one beat, one heartbreak, and the world was changed forever. Not shabby for 2 high school kids just doing what they love. And honestly, this story is super motivational. It makes me want to just keep going harder at what I'm doing. So if you're enjoying, maybe support a small channel and subscribe. Behind the scenes, Juice WRLD partnered up with Lil Bibby and Grade A Productions, who put him in touch with Cole Bennett. At first, Bibby wanted Cole Bennett to manage Juice WRLD, so Bibby sent him a couple of songs. Those songs being All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams. Cole instantly loved the songs, but he said that he didn't want to be a manager, but he also said that he would love to do Juice WRLD's first music video.
In terms of like music videos and artists that I've gotten the pleasure to work with, someone like Juice, you mentioned, that came from, you know, a phone call. Bibby called me and he's like, I have this artist that I want you to manage. And I said, manage? Like, I don't manage artists. He's like, well, I think that like this could be the artist you manage. And he sent me Juice's music. And this before anyone had known who Juice was. And the first song he sent me was All Girls Are the Same and Lucid Dreams.
What did you think when you heard that song?
Wow. I remember exactly where I was. I was in New York. I was in my hotel room. And I was like, oh, this is incredible. And I just called him back. I was like, you know, I'm not really interested in managing anyone, but I would love to do his first music video.
Cole ended up shooting a video for both songs, with Lucid Dreams currently sitting at 1.1 billion views on YouTube. This is also Lyrical Lemonade's biggest video ever, and I'm trying to make this my biggest video ever, so hit that like button. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Peace.